did you hear? Boris Epstein is in the news again. And if you don't know who he is, he's one of Trump's right-hand men who is another grifter.
Report by John Solomon today about Boris Epshteyn, an advisor to your father, a longtime advisor, internal investigation by the Trump transition when they heard allegations from Scott Bessent and others that Boris Epstein was allegedly, and we have not confirmed this, was trying to shake down people for access, for contracts, for money. Any comments on this tonight?
Yeah. Listen, I've known Boris for years, and I've never known him to be anything but a good human being. So that said, I will tell you my father has been incredibly clear. You do not do that under any circumstance. And believe me, there will be repercussions if somebody was. So I've never seen that side of him. I've known him for a very long time. And, I certainly hope the reporting's false. And I can also tell you if it's true, the person will probably no longer be around.
Selling access to Trump. Wow, he must be the only one doing it. I'm just kidding. They're all doing it. They're all grifters.
You can do it with a 17-year-old twice in one night, but you cannot. Let me see. I have none of her, and I hope the report. What is Eric Trump feigning? What is he mad about? I don't even understand this story.
And he doesn't stop there. He goes on TV on Ari Melber and admits that he was part of the fake elector scheme.
I'll read it to you. This is Chairman Maddox, quote, "We fought to seat the electors. The Trump campaign asked us to do that." Did you ever make calls like that regarding what you're calling these alternate electors?
I was quoted in the Washington Post in the last 24 hours. Yes, I was part of the process to make sure there were alternate electors for when, as we hoped, the challenges to the seated electors would be heard and would be successful per the 12th Amendment of the Constitution and the Electoral College.
That's right. He helped prepare the fake electors for when they were going to do the coup in 2020. And then here's Claire McCaskill doing an analysis and showing how the bigger issue with Boris isn't that he's corrupt and that he's grifting. It's that he's not paying off Donald Trump with a percentage of what he's making.
I think the only thing that's the question here is how much is Boris made and how much will he kick back to Trump and his kids? Because clearly, if Trump was making money off of it, or if his children were making money off of it, then it's green light city. That's A-OK. You can hawk Bibles. You can start crypto. You can do all of this stuff that is just bonkers. But by God, if somebody takes 40 grand a month to try to promote somebody at Mar-a-Lago, well, that's an ethical line we can't cross. I mean, it's such bull. It's amazing. Just crazy.
See, folks, we can't be shocked anymore. You cannot be surprised anymore. This is what the people voted for. So for me, it's just entertaining because we're going to see it one after the next after the next. You're going to see grifts happening right. You're going to see grifts happening left. You're going to be seeing grifts happening in the Oval Office. They probably already have started over there in Mar-a-Lago because that's what Donald Trump is about. As Claire McCaskill said, selling the coins, selling the shoes, selling the Bibles. He's a salesman. He's not really a presidential person. He's not someone who's a statesman. He is the epitome of capitalism and grifting to the nth degree. And he's surrounded himself with other grifters like Jared Kushner, who's Ivanka's husband. Paul Manafort, who was one of his advisors and got caught up taking bribes from other countries. Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon was having people donate money to help build the wall, and then he took that money and he was buying stuff for himself. So they're grifters. Donald Trump, when he tried to overthrow the government, democracy, in the 2020 election, when that failed and you knew there was going to be a lot of legal battles coming down the road, he sent emails to his followers and asked them to send him money. He's supposed to be a billionaire. He doesn't need your money, but send me money. And he made millions and hundreds of millions of dollars just off of asking for money for his legal defense fund. Which is, by the way, all gone away. I mean, at this point, it's just ridiculous. I'm serious. I encourage all of you to not be frustrated by this stuff, but just sit back and enjoy the mess that we are going to be seeing day in and day out, whether it's things like the Matt Gaetz nomination that didn't happen, or it's going to be the Boris Epstein taking bribes to set up meetings with Donald Trump, or who knows what else is going to come out. What is Donald Trump Jr. going to be doing? What's Jared going to be doing? What's Kash Patel? He just nominated Kash Patel as the director of the FBI. I mean, it's so crazy. It is entertaining. I mean, obviously, it'll be entertaining if you're not one of the people that they're coming after, because we all know as soon as it starts, he's promised that they're going to be going after all the undocumented the people in America. They're going to be going maybe once in a while. The guy who's in charge of that has said once in a while we might find people that haven't committed crimes. We're going to throw them out too. We're going to find ways to throw people out. It's going to be a mess. And how do you think, by the way, let's just stick to that for a second, this whole deporting people. How do you think that's going to work? You don't just call people up and go, hey, you need to get on a bus, pay for yourself to leave. No. What you do is you have these Homeland Security or ICE or whoever they are. They show up, they're going to be arresting people, and then they got to hold them somewhere. Well, what's going to happen is they're going to be building these internment camps of sorts in places like Texas and maybe south of just close to the border around the country. And who do you think is going to be building those? Donald Trump's friends. You don't think he's going to be profiting off of this stuff? They're going to be profiting off of all of this mess. Take Elon Musk. That's another guy. How much did he profit off of just donate? He donated, what is it, like $120, $130 million to Trump during his campaign, and his net worth has gone up by billions and billions of dollars. These people are grifters, and they convinced a bunch of people who are not as wealthy or as well off or as fortunate as them to vote for them. And they said, we will be looking out for the little person. Don't you worry, we'll look out for you. Well, we're seeing they're not looking out for you. They're looking to grift. They're looking to profit. So you get a guy like Boris Epstein who says, hey, I should introduce you to the boss. You want to meet the boss? Fantastic. Let's do it. Here's my account, bank account. Just go ahead and do a little Zelle, little donation. They probably have language for this stuff. A little donation, and you'll meet the boss. And then, of course, as Claire McCaskill said, and I totally wouldn't be surprised if this were the case, the boss wouldn't mind if Boris was selling this access, as long as Boris is kicking back a good 20, 30, maybe 40%. The mob is running our country, ladies and gentlemen. So unless you're in their crosshairs, unless you're someone who they're coming after and it's going to be actually ugly and it's going to be very serious and dangerous, I encourage you to sit back and not get too frustrated, but just enjoy the craziness and the messiness. And fingers crossed that our institutions will be able to withstand these grifters and these robbers who are here to take as much as they can. Even Donald Trump in his first presidency, we know that he had people, leaders from other countries, staying at his hotel and charging them extra at the hotel. He had Secret Service staying at his hotel, charging them extra. He was taking bribes from other countries. That whole thing that came and went with Egypt, we don't know. Egypt gave $10 million? I don't know. Nobody investigated it. The guy got away with it. He got away with all of it. All those investigations are disappearing. And yet, right in front of our eyes, grifting in front of our eyes. And in this case, maybe Donald's a little upset because he's going, hey, where's mine? Where's mine, Boris Epstein or whatever your name is? So, folks, be entertained. Don't be too frustrated. And hopefully our country will not be completely a complete dictatorship in 4 years. Hang in there, folks. Hang in there. I'm comedian Maz Jobrani. I've got a special on YouTube. It's called The Birds and the Bees. I want you to check it out. Also, I'm touring all over the country, so come see me. I'll be in Vegas. I'll be in San Diego, La Jolla. I'll be in Irvine. I'll be all over the country. I'll be in Canada as well. MazJobrani.com. Check me out. Bye.